Hello everyone, it is Chinchilla Sims here again today, and today we are building a family home. It is a technically 3-bedroom, but you could make it into 4 bedrooms. There's an art room that doesn't really need to be there if you don't want it. So this is a 3 to 4 bedroom family home, and I actually based this house on my brother. He has a house that looks almost identical to this, and yeah, so I was almost trying to like replicate his house, and I think that it turns out looking so much like his house. Like, it felt weird when I was finished building it, because I played with a family in that house. I played with my legacy family on stream on Twitch. Yeah, if you want to follow me on Twitch, I'm Chinchilla Sims on there too. But I was playing with a legacy family, and I was having a lot of fun playing in this house, but it was so weird because it looks just like my brother's house. And I just found that very interesting. But I was a little bit, I was having a bit of a creative block, and I just didn't know what to build, so I thought that I would build something that already exists, that I already know what it looks like. And I don't really remember exactly like everything about my brother's house, because I've only been there a select few times anyways. But I don't know, I just thought that it would be easier to build this than try to come up with something, because I've just been feeling a little bit uninspired lately, and I think that may be because of school and just everything that's going on in the world. I feel very exhausted, and yeah, building this made me feel a lot better because it just came together really quickly. I mean, it didn't come together quickly because I was building it on stream, and nothing ever comes together quickly when I'm building it on stream, because I'm always responding to people in the chat. Even though I don't even have that many followers, my chat is somehow always very active, and so I'm always responding to people there. And sometimes I stop building for long periods of time while I'm doing that, and so it takes me a while, but it came together. It wasn't like I hit a block with the house, it was just that I was responding to people. So I thought that that was like really nice, and just a nice break from trying to do something unique. Is to like do something that you already know, and I know it's like repetitive, and maybe you should try to refrain from doing that usually, but I just thought that it was just like a nice break from trying to do something super different or unique or creative. So that is what I am doing here, and I tried to make everything the same structure wise. The shape of the house is the same, the color of the house is roughly the same, but obviously we don't have garage doors, so I kind of on that area where the garage is, I had to get a little bit creative to try to make that look like a garage. I mean, I didn't have to make it look like a garage because our garages aren't even functional, but I just, I wanted it to look like a garage so that it looked normal from the outside. Because at this point, there's so many houses that are made with garages on them that I don't even think it's normal anymore when I see one without it, unless if it's like an older house. But like these kind of suburban homes that are built all in one area, I think it would be weird if they didn't have garages. They would be a lot smaller and everything. But I could have made that room into something else. I ended up keeping it as like a sort of garage, but a garage that's been converted into like a game room. So I think I put a debug car out front, like a minivan, and I just imagine that they always park in the driveway and they use their garage for I think I put like a bunch of workout equipment in there, and there's a ping pong table and a bunch of just fun things for your Sims to do. So that is what I was thinking with that. And honestly, I'm so surprised that I have so much fun playing in this house, because I've been playing with my legacy family in this house, and it's seriously such a fun house to play in. And I know that sounds weird to say, but it really is like so much fun. Just like, I don't know, it's a super realistic house. I think that's what I like about it. It feels like a family would actually live here, and actually start a family here, so it was really cool to play in this house with my legacy family because they've been through so much. And my legacy sim was a male sim, which I had never done before. I'd done the legacy challenge before, but I usually did it with females, and I never actually finished it. And I don't know if I'll finish this one either, to be honest, because they've only just had kids, and I've been playing for like months with this family, and I have it on the long lifespan, and I've been taking every day super slowly in it, which is actually really nice and different from what I normally do, because I feel like during my gameplay I skip a lot of time and speed up time a lot. And with this family, for some reason, I've just been enjoying just playing with them like super slowly and having everything happen really slowly with them. And yeah, it's just a nice change, honestly. And I got movie hangout stuff pack finally. So after I completed this build, I put a popcorn machine in it for the family. I didn't put it in the build because I thought it was taking up a counter. I mean, there's plenty of counter space anyways, but I just didn't think that it really fit in. But afterwards, when I moved my family in here, I added a popcorn machine, and I always have them have family movie nights and stuff. And I don't know, it's just really fun and realistic. Like, this house seems so realistic to me, at least to what we have here in America. I don't know, like the vaulted ceilings with the ceiling fan at the top and everything. Maybe it's because I'm building this from real life. That would make sense. That's why it feels really realistic. But it is. It's super realistic, and it looks just like his house. It's not decorated like his house at all. I decorated it my own way, how I wanted it to be, because it would be weird if I copied like all of his decorations and everything. And he doesn't have it fully furnished yet anyways, but I just kind of copied the structure of the house and used similar wall colors and carpet and tile and stuff like that I could find that was similar to what he has in his house. So I was kind of happy to use carpet in this house instead of a wood flooring. I feel like I overdo wood flooring. Like, I only do wood flooring. I never use the carpet, and I think it's because I don't really like the way that the carpet in The Sims 4 looks. I think they could do a better job at making it look textured, but I think that it works really well in this build, and it's something different, and it's really nice. And so here we are starting on the kitchen. I really like the kitchen. It's exactly like my brother's kitchen. How many times am I gonna say that during this build? But it really is just like his kitchen, all the way down to the colors and everything. I think I change out those counters, actually. I think those counters are way more accurate to what his house looks like, but I was having trouble matching that reddish wood with the other woods in the game. I don't feel like we have enough stuff that matches that, and that is why I end up switching it to counters with I think it's a darker wood, but it's the same counters, it's just the darker wood version, I guess. So that is what was kind of going through my head as I was building this. I wanted it to look realistic to his house, but I also wanted it to look cohesive in The Sims, and sometimes we just don't have the objects to match real life. So it matches almost perfectly, but yeah, like I said, those other counters, the ones that are there right now, those are probably the most accurate. Those are almost exactly what his counters look like, but I end up switching them out for the sake of being able to match other things in the game. And yeah, so that's like the dining area, and I use wood flooring in there, and I do go back and add, I add wall art pretty much all throughout the build. My sim that I was planning to move in here his wife is an artist, so yeah, there you see me switching out the counters, yeah. But his wife is an artist, and she paints a lot of paintings, so I found in the gallery somebody had uploaded all of the paintings that your Sims can make in the game, and so I put that in the game, and then I picked and chose like which ones I think that she would paint or whatever, and then I put them in the house. Even though they're not technically painted by her, I wanted this to be available to anybody to download, so that is why I end up doing that. And I think that it works out really well. It does bring the value of the build up a lot because they are masterpieces. At first when I checked how much the build was, it was almost 200,000 simoleons, and I was like, oh my god, that's crazy. But it turned out it was because I had all of the paintings from the gallery in the game still. Like I had placed a wall that had all the paintings on it, and once I deleted that wall and all of the paintings that I didn't end up using, the cost of the build is now like 100,000 simoleons, I think. So I think that's a lot more doable. My legacy sim was able to go and outright buy this house when I finished it because he has been making a lot of money. He is a celebrity chef. He's worked his way up to level 10 in the chef career and has gotten plenty of raises since then. And his wife is an artist, like I said, and painting is a very lucrative way to make money in The Sims. So they are very well off. They make a ton of money. I wish that your sim could retire as an adult, because I think you only see the retire option once your sim becomes an elder, but my sim definitely has enough money to retire, and he has a restaurant and just a lot of things. But here we are working on the master bedroom. I love having a master bedroom on the first floor because it's something that I don't normally do, I guess. So I don't know. It's just one of those things that weirdly excites me. But I guess I was just actually laying out the master bedroom right there. I wasn't going to furnish it quite yet. And I do skip around a lot in this build. I very much apologize for that. When I'm on Twitch and I'm building, I just have a tendency to do whatever I feel like doing. And when I build on my own, I kind of pay attention to the order in which I do things. So that's a little bit of that's something I need to work on, because I do skip around a lot in my builds, and I realize that. And that is the wall that I was talking about with all of the paintings that you can make in-game. So I was super grateful to have that, because you can't just like pull them out of the debug menu, which is kind of surprising. I think that's very surprising, actually, that all of the paintings aren't their own individual items in the debug menu. I've never thought about that before. But yeah, anyways, so I just pulled them out of the gallery, and I think that it worked out perfectly. It does add a bit to the value of the house, which I think I already said, but you can always delete them and add different wall art, and that's the beauty of The Sims. So another fun thing that I love to do in The Sims, when I have a family and I'm doing gameplay, and what I actually plan to do with this legacy family that I'm playing, I have a lot of pictures of them, I just haven't put them up throughout the house yet, but it is so nice, especially if you have the Moschino stuff pack, to take pictures of your family and hang them up throughout the house. I just think that that makes it so cozy and just really realistic, and I just love having family photos hung around the home. It's hard to get pictures of some of the Sims, I realize, especially like babies and toddlers, because if your toddler is on the ground and your Sim goes to take a picture of them, your toddler is like at a weird angle, or it stretches out their limbs to make them look taller or something like that. Or your Sim is just looking straight down and you just see the top of the toddler's head, which is really annoying. But one hack that I love for taking pictures of toddlers is to put them in the high chair and then maybe give them a juice and a bowl of cereal or something, and take a picture of them eating or throwing their food around. And I think that those are super cute to frame and hang up in the Sims house, and I don't know, I just love that little bit of realism that you can do. So definitely recommend doing that. I just love giving people tips in The Sims like that, things that they might not know or haven't thought of. I tend to get a little bit creative when it comes to my families because I get really attached to them. But how beautiful is this painting above the bed? I think that is so pretty. Honestly, I love it. But usually it would be one of the small paintings that your sim would make on the easel. And I believe it's a landscape painting. And yeah, so normally it would be really small, but it is sized up using the right bracket key to make it huge above the bed, and I think that it looks so nice and grand like that. I did a whole cabin theme for the master bedroom, if you noticed. Sorry I didn't point it out sooner, but I was very distracted. But basically, I used a lot of the stuff from Outdoor Retreat. Most of the stuff is from Outdoor Retreat in that bedroom, like the cabiny sort of bed and dresser and everything. I pretty much used everything from that matching set that came with Outdoor Retreat. There you go, you can see like a little bit. And I used lanterns, and I just thought that it was really cute and unique from what I normally do. And yeah, I don't know, I really like it. I like when I change up my style, even though sometimes it's not something that I specifically would want. It is, I don't know, I just like changing it up and doing something that normally I wouldn't do. But I have to recognize that there's people in the world that have different styles, and the same could be said for The Sims. So that is why I change it up and do something a little different every once in a while, and I think that that's really refreshing. Something you might have noticed me do a second ago in the master bathroom, and I'm sorry I didn't point it out when I was doing it, but I was talking about other things. I took one of those trays with the candles on it. I think it came with Spa Day, but I took the tray and I put it, I leveled it up using the Control 9 key. I raised it up to the height of the edge of the bathtub, and I put it down twice to make it look like it was one of those bathtub trays that people have in their baths sometimes, that they put candles on and set their book on to read and everything. And I thought that was such a nice little touch, and I did play test it, and your sim will still get in that bathtub and still wash their toddler in that bathtub, and it looks so nice when the sim is laying down in the bath and they have that tray with candles sitting there in front of them. It looks so cute. But if you missed it, you will definitely see it in the screenshots, so stay tuned for that. And I did put pet bowls because my Sims had 2 dogs when they moved in, which if you don't have cats and dogs, I think you could just still download this. I don't think I used a ton of stuff from cats and dogs in this build, so you might be able to get away with downloading it and just not having the pet bowls and not having pets in here, and I think that would work out just fine. And so here we are about to start working on the kids' rooms, and then after that we will do the art room, and then we should do the outside and be done. And I did end up adding a chimney outside. I don't think I filmed it, but there is a chimney on the roof, so when your sim lights the fire downstairs, there will be an adorable cloud of smoke above your house where the chimney is, and I love that little detail. So I just felt like I needed to say that, I guess. But now we are making a room for a toddler and a child sim. And this is for my boy toddler and my boy child sim. I thought that my child sim is super into void critters, so he has the whole void critter training station there, and he actually does go order void critter packs on the computer all the time. So I wonder if he ever gets on his parents' nerves, or if like he orders them without their permission ever or something like that. But I think that the void critter thing is such a cute thing because it's basically Pokemon in The Sims, and I love having my child Sims train their little void critters and play against their friends and everything. So I think that's such a nice detail to add into the game, and really speak for like everybody who's fans of The Sims, because obviously they can't put real Pokemon in the game. They would not have permission from Nintendo probably, but just to have something similar to that so that people can identify with their Sims is really cool. And I know Pokemon was a huge part of my childhood, so I love having my Sims play with the Void Critters. And the toddler Sim, I don't really know what the toddler Sim is into, to be honest. That kid is just a menace. Like, every time I play this family, the toddler is always making a mess somewhere, and I have my Sim go lecture them and tell them that they're like disappointed in them or whatever, and they never stop. My girl toddler, which we will also make a bedroom for, is just, she's not that bad. She kind of takes care of herself. She doesn't even have the independent trait, but she really takes care of herself and does not make messes on the floor or anything like that. But for some reason this boy toddler Sim is really badly behaved. And the other child Sim, when he was a toddler, he was not like that at all, so I don't know where that came from, but I guess that's life. So now we are making the female toddler room. I think she is super spoiled. I mean, look at this room. It just seems really extra. I mean, that dresser looks like it belongs to royalty. So maybe she's daddy's little girl or something like that. But they do make a ton of money, my Sims do. But anybody can download this house, obviously. This would work for a number of families. I made it so that you can easily switch out the toddler beds to child beds when you need them. And I think that personally for me, I'm just gonna have my legacy family stay in this house for a really long time. I know I'm not playing the legacy challenge right, because this is not a 60 by 60, is it 60 by 60? 64 by 64 lot. But I just don't like to be on that huge lot. So I kind of like to play it where you start off in a smaller lot, and I don't know, I play it my way, but I still call it a legacy challenge because I'm still trying to get my Sim to be 10 generations and everything and work his way up. I don't use any cheats in it. But yeah, I just, I'm not following the challenge that is online. I'm not following the rules, I guess. But there, we just made the art room, and now we are moving on to the backyard. And the backyard is super nice. It has a fire pit, which my brother's yard also has, surprise, surprise. And it also has, you know, I don't know if it has anything else. Besides the fire pit. Oh yeah, I think it has monkey bars or a swing set. Yeah, it has monkey bars. So there's like some fun things to do out here. A little toddler pool, a grill. Yeah, I would say it's a pretty functional backyard. There's even gardening. So I kind of hit all the bases in a small space. Is that Eliza Pancakes at my door? I feel like she's been there this entire build and I just haven't addressed it. Is that even her? That might be a different Sim, but I wish they would go away. And yeah, so right now we're working on making the garage look like it's actually a garage, which I don't do very successfully. Because I wanted it to still match the rest of the house in the way that I normally make garages. It just didn't work out here. So we haven't actually decorated the garage space yet, and I'm not sure if I even did it on camera. I might not have. I feel like I did though. But yeah, we'll go and add a ping pong table in there. I don't know if I recorded it or not, but if not, you'll still see it in the screenshots, so sorry about that. But yeah, and so we're just really trying to make this look like a garage door, and nothing is working, and I'm pretty sure it ends up staying pretty much like this, so I don't even know why I was trying so hard, but it's just gonna keep going like this for a minute, I guess. Sometimes I like to leave in the parts where it takes me a long time to decide on something, because I like to show all of the different options that I explore for things and possibly give people ideas that they wouldn't normally think of. So using certain windows to make it look like a garage door. Wait, do I not actually leave it like that? I think I actually leave it as a window. Alright, okay, I like the way it looks. I'm glad that I'm glad I didn't make it a garage door. I can't believe I didn't even remember that. I just kept looking at it in the beginning and I was like, oh, I leave it this way. But yeah, I guess it has a window and that's it. So nice. I forgot about my own build. So sad. But yeah, now we're just adding like a home gym and everything, and I think this adds a lot of functionality to the house and just makes for a nice skill building station, because for the rest of the house I was kind of focused on making it look like it was similar to my brother's house and I wasn't really focused on skill building. So I am glad to have a room where your Sims can skill build and you can replace things with things that fit your Sims. And I think I did put a laptop on one of the counters. Actually, I might not have added it until after I moved my Sims in, but I didn't put an office in this house, so I think that the counter would be a good spot to have a laptop and just like let your Sims use it there, because I don't know, I just thought that it would make more sense. But anyways, we are coming up on the end of the build. I'm just doing some landscaping now, so thank you guys so much for watching, and as always my gallery ID is in the description. And yeah, so we're just gonna like pave some rocks and everything and add some finishing touches, and that'll be it. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!
Did you ever stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready? Let me be honest, I don't know a single thing that I haven't done to make you notice me. Let me be real here. When I see you, my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and waiting around. It's a shame that my hands start shaking all of the time when you're around me. But this time, girl, I know what's bothering me. I need somebody to love. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Don't you see what's wrong with me? I need somebody to love. Oh, oh, nah, nah. I don't know what I could say to convince you to hang around when you don't have to. There's so much that I'm still keeping to myself, 'cause you don't listen, babe. But still you got me missing you. When I see you, my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and waiting around. It's a shame that my hands start shaking all of the time when you're around me. But this time, girl, I know what's bothering me. I need somebody to love. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Don't you see what's wrong with me? I need somebody to love. Oh, oh, nah, nah. God, I'm sick of this waiting. You got me going crazy tonight. So why don't you come on over and be my somebody to love? Somebody to love, somebody to love, somebody. I need somebody to love. I need somebody.